Welcome to a Delco Nerd Network hot take. If you haven't seen a hot take before, a hot take is where we get in a basement, we give our thoughts, we give our opinions on a TV show, a movie, or a video game. Today, we're going to be reviewing a movie, and that movie is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And of course, to review it, Chris Trio, as always, my co-host, and I'm Anthony Rigucci, for those who did not know.
What's going on, Gooch? How are you?
I'm good.
We're here. We're ready. Right? Tarantino, ninth
flick. Actually, not reviewing a comic book movie.
No.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I really think we should, I'd
love to do more of these indie type movies. And I mean, we usually...
It's not even fucking
I'm
indie.
sorry, not indie. Outside of our realm, I guess I should say.
No, I feel it. I feel like reviewing comic book stuff, it sucks because it's so, always there.
Oh, yeah.
And we rarely... It's not even, on purpose thing. We don't delve outside the comic book genre too much, because there's so much interest there that we kind of
For sure, I think me and you definitely see other movies, but it's just
we
don't see the
100%.
same. We don't see the same ones maybe every so often that are outside the comic book realm. Anyways,
yeah,
but
so it's good we're doing this, and this is actually going to be an all spoiler review.
Full spoilers.
So recently we've kind of reamped the whatever letter. If you don't know what the whatever letter is, if you go to www.delconerdnetwork.com, you can see that we have. It's pretty much a blog post. It's kind of Trio's baby.
It's as the name entails. It's whatever the hell we want to talk about. So there's movie reviews on there. I have some of my top pick articles, but we actually brought on a new individual to help us out, Mr. Mike Cloran.
Yeah,
he wrote our
Delco.
Yeah. It's great to have him. He asked us to do a few blog posts for us, and we were like, hell yeah. And he did a spoiler-free review of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
so
before you continue this podcast, give it a pause. It'll be here when you get back. Go read that review. It's really short. It's not anything crazy long.
For sure.
And if you're in between on the movie, hopefully that review will sell you.
Yeah.
Mike does a great job, and he'll be doing different articles, not necessarily reviews, but be doing articles between. Are you guys gonna switch weekly, or
we
haven't really figured it out.
Yeah, we haven't kind of exactly figured it out. So I mean, next week we might put up two. We might just do one. I know.
What are you doing?
I'm writing a Boys review. The Boys just premiered on Amazon Prime. I really enjoyed it. Gonna have a full spoilery deep dive review up Wednesday. But I know Mike was talking about possibly doing something to do with Midsummer, that new movie from the guy who did Hereditary. I don't know the director's name. But apparently, pretty crazy stuff. Ian Whiteside saw it with his girlfriend, and he was and it was messed up because I was
there.
Did you tell? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He told you.
I was at that social gathering.
But yeah, insane stuff. So I'm actually very excited to see what he writes up on that. But yeah, keep an eye out every Wednesday. One will go up.
Yeah, we'll be posting out on our socials as well. But let's get into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, directed by the legendary Quentin Tarantino.
Last spoiler warning. We're going full spoilers. Just want to say.
So, how many... I mean, have you seen most of Quentin Tarantino's movies?
I actually don't know if I've seen most of them.
There are a lot of little... I kind of forget that Kill Bill is a Quentin Tarantino movie sometimes.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen parts of Kill Bill. I don't think I've seen both volumes through at all. But, I mean, I really enjoy those movies. Did you see The Hateful Eight at all?
Yeah. And that's the last one you did.
So I've been watching that. They released an extended cut.
Oh, an
Netflix.
Extended cut of a 3-hour movie?
But now it's separated into 4 episodes. So you go in, you watch one episode. I actually kind of like that because I never watched the full movie because it just was a bit of a length thing for me.
It's fucking long.
So
I like Hateful Eight, but it is a long and detailed
full
movie.
Dialogue, it's very dialogue heavy movie, and they're in the same spot the whole time. But watching it in those chunks, I think have been really cool. I've been really enjoying it. But yeah, I mean, I love Tarantino's style. He is an auteur. There's not many out there anymore, but he is a movie auteur.
He has a style and a way of doing things that kind of reminds me of Kojima. Just I don't know what it is.
He's very trying to think of
what to describe the quality that is, but he just kind of has
very
his
detail
own
oriented
style and his own pool of people that he interacts with and likes to put in his movies and stuff. Anyway, so this movie is kind of if I could compare it to anything, it is Inglourious Basterds. It's a alternate history movie. Alternate history about the murders of Sharon Tate and essentially going in
the Charlie Manson murders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember the other guy's name though.
Polanski's his
Roman,
last name.
That's Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of
okay. So pretty much, if you don't know, Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski and a few friends were murdered.
Folgers. She was like the heiress to the Folgers empire.
They were murdered in Hollywood by Manson family people.
Yeah.
In 1969.
Yes.
And that is a true story. And that's kind of how Charles Manson gets known. That murder is kind of what puts him on the map.
For sure.
And this movie is essentially about that very indirectly.
I was about to say.
About a non-fictional character in a fictional world.
Mm-hmm.
So Rick Dalton, played by Leo, and then we have what's fucking Brad's Pitt's name?
Cliff Booth.
Yeah. So they're not
Booth.
real.
No,
they're just non-fictional
characters.
No.
Is fictional characters.
Fictional characters and non-fiction? No.
Non-fiction
is real?
Non-fiction is real. Fiction
okay,
is
so flip that.
Yeah.
Fictional characters in a non-fictional world.
Yeah. So we're set 69 Hollywood. I mean, Tarantino talked about how he kind of wanted this to be a love letter to like old-time Hollywood and Hollywood of that era. And
yeah, which it is.
It totally is. And it's funny, like you said, this is kind of about the Manson murders, but at the same time, it's not.
The movie is not about that.
Like, that's a very much a background kind of through line, and it's almost just kind of used to get us to the end, which we will get to.
It's very much like a life movie. Like, pretty much we're seeing, like, this is a very different kind of Quentin Tarantino movie. It's not like Django. It's not like Inglourious Bastards in the sense of there's a ton of violence. There's a lot of cursing. Not as much. They're definitely like dropping F-bombs left and right, but it's not like as egregious as like Django is.
The characters feel real, for sure. Like, and I mean, honestly, I think these are probably my most likable characters I've ever seen in like a movie in a while.
Yeah,
like,
they're not like really shitty people.
No, it's just even like Rick Dalton, like I love the way Leo plays him. Like how he has this kind of slight stutter when he's talking to people outside of conversation, but then when he gets on camera, he's really in it, and he's in it to win it, but he's a guy down on his luck. And it's cool seeing Leo play a character like this.
Yeah, and it's like down on his luck in a very weird sense, because like you never once feel like while the movie's going on that he is not doing well, but like he's like essentially like typecasted into, I guess the heavy is an old school term for villain.
Sure,
I
think so. That's what it seems like. Yeah,
because they keep calling him the heavy, and he's just this archetype of like villains in TV shows.
Yeah, he even has a talk with Al Pacino's character, and he's like, "Oh, so what? You were heavy on this last? Yeah, did you get beat up? Yeah." And then he starts going through all these little things, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, you're on the out. You're going down. You're the villain in each show. This is what happened with whoever." And then he starts naming another guy. All the performances in this are just spot on for the era, and I really love it. But Rick, what did you think about what was Brad Pitt's name?
Cliff Booth.
What did you think about him?
I liked him. Again, they kind of paint him in a weird light where like he's supposed to be bad, but like he's not really bad. Like apparently
he murdered his wife.
Yeah, he got away with it. But like that's not really like a defining character trait for him at all.
For sure.
It's something that they use for like a few plot points, but like they never really like go into, and it's not like, oh, Cliff Booth is a bad dude or Rick Dalton's a bad dude.
For sure.
Honestly, they're both like pretty normal people.
For sure. What you say, and even like the way they interact, and this is literally just kind of a snapshot, it seems like, out of their lives, out of a day in Hollywood in the 60s, and that's what I really like about it. There's no
it's not
real
like
direct through line of a story for the most part. Like, you're just kind of following two buddies.
It's like 2 days the movie takes place in.
Yeah. And it's just really good. I think it's a little long, but I mean, I think that's another thing.
I disagree with you. It is long, but I never felt like it was long.
Super and John fell asleep twice.
The whole time, I was like fully into this movie.
Yeah, there was
like the entire time. I was like, "Where's this going?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "This is like." I was always very interested about like what was going on because it was so different.
The performances were so good that I was like, "All right, I do enjoy watching these two people talk back and forth." And I gotta say that is a quality of Tarantino that I don't see in a lot of other movies, where like he isn't afraid to really let someone go out on a dialogue spree, and like he knows how to make people interact, have it be fun, and I think it's partly in the people he casts.
I think a great example of that is his interaction with the girl actor, the child actor.
Oh, 100%.
And she is like this stereotypical, like, I am method acting and I am going to play this role as perfectly as I possibly can.
It's so
without
good.
being too, like, douchebaggy about it.
For sure.
And, like, I think it's just funny because, like, it's pretty obvious what it's trying to mock.
Yeah.
And it's through a child, which is even funnier.
That whole
and then
that
like
scene of him breaking down.
Yeah.
And like it's so he's just reading the book and he's just realizing it's his life.
And it's like that scene isn't supposed to be sad. If anything, it's just supposed to be kind of funny. Like the movie isn't really upsetting at all. And it's not really like anything like high action, high stakes. Like it is really just like a normal like kind of like a slice of life type of movie.
I couldn't echo that any better. It really, and you're not going to get a gun heavy, crazy Tarantino movie. Even Mike says this in his review. If you're looking for that, you're looking for a Django Unchained level type of violence. It's not going to happen. But
there is one scene at the end where, so essentially the alternate history comes in where Rick Dalton and crew and not Rick Dalton, but Cliff, Rick and Francesca, his wife, his new Italian wife.
Yeah.
From when he went to go do spaghetti westerns
over and
and they essentially there's an altercation that essentially like diverts the Manson family group to try to kill them instead of Sharon Tate and company. And that scene, which is like right at the end of the movie, is like ultra violent, like fucking
just full Tarantino.
Cliff like throws like a can of dog food at this girl, and her face like caves in, like
implodes.
Oh my god! I was like, holy shit!
And even the way like the impact behind when it hits her face is so like you can feel it,
and she's like
going insane. Yeah, like just because she can't see and she's just going insane, and
then the dog Brandy rips them all apart. And, like, they have this, like, insane ultraviolet altercation that ends with fucking Rick Dalton pulling out that flamethrower from that World War II film and just torching this girl in his fucking pool.
Dude,
it's absolutely nothing.
So he's running back, and Super's like, what is he getting? I'm like, dude, it's a flamethrower.
Yeah,
fucking
I know exactly.
And then he's like, no way. And then he pulls out, and we're all like, wow! Like, it was... Dude, I did love all those little shots of life from his movies. And, like, within it. Like, that... Like, it would cut to, like, the Nazi movie where he's lighting up everyone with the flamethrower or he's doing the, like, weird dance. It's really good little things. But, again, if you're looking for, like, a kind of through reason as to why we're seeing all these things, I don't know if it's necessarily there, but do I enjoy watching it all? Yeah.
It's the only violent scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Literally the only violent thing that happens.
It really kicks it up to a Tarantino level.
Yeah, but, like, that's it.
Yeah. Besides that, it's just you really get his dialogue sense. One thing he really likes to do, I've noticed in a lot of stuff, even after watching The Hateful Eight, is he likes to let a shot linger. Like, really let it linger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to a point where I'm like, okay.
There's a lot of scenes, like, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but, like, long scenes of driving in this movie.
Literally, I was going to say, like, it's him literally driving almost real time from one location to another. I'm like, okay.
There's a lot of
Quentin,
driving.
I appreciate what you're trying to do
Especially
here.
with Cliff.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly with Cliff.
And I think one or two of those scenes are fine, for sure. And I do like that kind of mood setting if he's in the car and he's driving down the highway, but we don't need it.
So Rick Dalton and crew kill the Manson family people and essentially prevent the murder of Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski and other people. And then after that kind of all happens, Roman Polanski comes down and he's like, what the fuck happened?
What's going on there?
Like any neighbor would if like
some
shit went down next door. And
it's like, oh, you're Rick Dalton. No, they knew that.
Very humble about it. It's kind of funny. And then Sharon like comes over on the intercom for the gate and like invites him in, and that's the end of the movie. But yeah, like they prevent the murder, so it never happens.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate because we haven't touched on it at all.
No, we haven't.
It's funny how she's in this movie, and she really is not a big part in this movie in the slightest.
Like we were saying, the Sharon Tate stuff is very much in the background, even like so much to the point of the only reason that's in there is to get to that Manson point.
And the only major scene she really has is essentially when she goes to watch her own movie at the movie theater.
And she like takes her picture with the poster and everything.
Yeah. And so the movie they were showing was the actual movie.
Yeah.
If you didn't realize that was actually Sharon Tate.
Crazy stuff, man. I think they did a really good job, even with all the sets and everything. Like, it really feels like we're in the fucking 60s.
There's a lot of smoking. A shit ton of smoking.
As it would be.
Dude, I got out of the theater and I was like, I could go for a cigarette right now like no other.
Oh my god, it's so true.
Said
the way they are. Cliff has a cigarette 24/7.
Everyone is smoking like the entire movie.
True, even on like the fucking planes and everything. Oh man.
Oh yeah, that scene. I was just like, Jesus Christ! Like everyone's just chain smoking.
Just no big deal on everything. And what about Rick's hair by the end? His just like the 80s or when? Yeah, no, not 80s. Like by the end of that, I guess it's still 70s. 69. Yeah,
but it's like probably like
the fucking his whole look changing throughout the whole thing was great. And even when he does that whole scene with when he's supposed to be with the girl and he like throws her, and that's like his one like. And he gets that. I love
how long that like the scene before they do that shot where he messes up the line. How long that them filming that scene is, and it makes you feel like you're like in the movie. And then the tension's broken by like him messing up a line or like just standing there.
No, it's true.
And he's like, dude, just keep going.
And then he flips around. Yeah. And dude, when he walks in the trailer,
and he's yelling at himself.
What the fuck? And he's just throwing. Oh man.
And it's funny because like it's not like a movie level type of aggression. It's very like a real aggression.
Like you just be pissed at yourself.
I took it like I'm like it's not like too over the top. Like it's kind of funny. Like it never is like.
It's very.
You
much
don't really take this movie like too seriously.
No, you don't for sure. And that's just that scene is the epitome of it because it is so good. It's how you would react. And it's tough to see myself as Leonardo DiCaprio because I mean, God, look at him. But like that scene is like we've all been there. We've all fucked up something, and you're sitting there like.
And I think if they were casted as anyone else was casted as those two characters, I don't think it would have worked. I think it's the star power of those two that kind of makes it even funnier.
Their chemistry is
that they're just kind of like
through the roof.
Yo, it's Brad Pitt and Leo playing like
just best buds,
like a shitty actor.
Yeah.
Or like I wouldn't say shitty, but like a more like a
on the outs
actor.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt is just like some like dude, but even stunt double, like a glorified stunt double who like just does other shit for Rick.
Yeah. What about the Bruce Lee fight?
I was just gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
It was great.
You knew that was supposed to be Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah.
Before they said
for sure.
it.
Yeah. But it's so
dude, like is that how he really talked?
Apparently, that's like how he always like even when every little
like I knew that, but like the way he was like telling that story, I was like, wow.
It might have been exactly how it was. That whole scene's great. The way he just throws him.
I'm curious if that's based off of like an event that actually happened. Like he got in like an altercation
with someone on set,
with somebody.
Like he bet someone some money.
And dude, and then fucking Cliff like throws him into the car.
It's so.
I was like, holy shit! I was like, were cars just that shitty, or was that powerful of a throw?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cliff's just fucking insane. Also, I gotta talk to the fucking costume design in this whole movie. Just Cliff's look, especially the whole time. He's just wearing a fucking t-shirt and a goddamn Hawaiian shirt. And goddamn it, Brad Pitt, you look great. That hair.
Dude, Brad was hot.
Brad Pitt hair like
Brad was hot.
He was looking great.
Fixing that antenna.
Oh, he's kicking ass. I mean,
I was like, oh.
Women want him. Men want to be him.
That's that hair.
That's Brad. How old is Brad Pitt?
He's got to be in his late 50s or early 60s. He has to be. Leo's probably in his mid 50s.
He hasn't. This is like the first movie he's I feel like been in a while. Unless does he do more indie stuff that we just don't know?
Leo, I don't think so.
I know he's trying to save the environment.
Yeah, I was like, he has a big environmental thing.
But I mean, the casting was great. I'm trying to think of any other like.
I mean, we didn't talk about the scene with like the hippie girl and bringing him back to the ranch. Which was actually or the what's it called?
I can't remember.
Spawn
Ranch, something like that.
Which is actually a true story. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
that guy was like not being held hostage, but like he like.
He's kind of being taken advantage of.
Like like there were the Manson family was like essentially like living off of his land and like just doing shit. And, just there. And I'm like, this is like because like once they got there, I was like, I totally forgot this movie was about Charles Manson for like mostly the.
But
entire
again, I would
movie.
argue it's almost not even about it. Like it's mostly more about the Manson family.
And he fucking walks up to Roman Polanski's house. That's Charles Manson.
Yeah,
I was like. Holy shit! I was like, I didn't even realize that, and I knew this movie was about that, and I totally like
didn't even think,
I think I was more focusing about Sharon Tate, and I totally forgot. I was like, yeah, Sharon Tate dies, but like,
well, he was walking up. Did you not like realize that it was him?
No, I didn't realize it until after the movie's over. It's like that was Charles Manson.
He's like, oh, I'm Charlie. Yeah, he's like, I'm their friend Charlie. I was just looking for a room, or who used to live there before.
Yeah, that's who he wanted.
He was looking for.
That's who he was scoping out.
Because he lives next door now. I can't remember the guy's name. Whatever. But yeah. Charlie Manson. Crazy fuck. Very interesting way to put him into this movie, but that's his only scene, right?
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even show up while they're at Spawn Ranch.
No.
Yeah. Anything else? I'm trying to
No,
think of
I
any other
really
things.
loved it. I fucking love this movie.
I did like it too.
Really
I liked it a lot.
And I went in with really not knowing much about it other than like, oh, it's kind of about Sharon Tate and forgetting it was about the Manson murders and just focusing on the fact that like this is a Tarantino movie and it's probably going to be good, and I came out with like very high praises for this movie.
I agree. I
liked it a lot more than Hateful Eight, to be honest.
Yeah, it's funny.
And Django is my number one.
Django's
Tarantino.
tops for me. Have you seen Pulp Fiction, I assume?
Yeah.
I've seen that, like, most of it. I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
I've seen it all.
Inglourious Bastards I like parts of, but I find it hard to finish. I finished it before.
But this movie has no plot. Like,
no,
there's
really
no
doesn't.
plot in this
You're
movie.
just following Rick Dalton's sort of going down career, but
and
then
like
he kind of
even
picks
Pulp
it back
Fiction is kind of wonky, but like it has a plot. Like there's something going on there where like the characters are all interacting with each other and how they connect. But this movie, it's just they're like it's a day in the life of Rick Dalton essentially.
Rick Dalton and why can't I keep
Cliff Booth
and Cliff Booth, and then maybe a little bit of Sharon Tate sprinkled in.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, again,
the Playboy Mansion.
A minor complaint for me. It's a minor complaint for me is length, but. Again,
I don't mind the length, so that's probably just preference, really.
Exactly.
Come down to how into this movie are you?
Like
what
I usually judge a movie by is if I'm checking my phone for time.
I never
checked my phone twice,
ever.
So that's the only thing that
I hate when people do that. Like during movies, check their phones.
Well, I'm not like checking it for. I like literally go like this to see the time. I mean, I don't think that's a big deal. But that means your movie's boring. No big deal, Tarantino.
Whoa. Hot takes.
Shots fired.
Hot takes on hot takes.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Are there any other scenes?
That's it. No, I think we've said what we need to say. I think we like glossed over most of the scenes. Maybe,
I agree.
Maybe except the beginning, but like I dug the movie.
And
when it first got announced, I didn't know what to think. I wasn't really like into what it was.
Well, even when we first heard about it, it was very
what?
like it's. Because at first the big thing was like, oh, he's doing a movie on the Manson murders, but then he came out and was like, no, this isn't about that. That's part of it, but that's not like the main thing, and kind of unfurled into what we have today. And yeah, it was a good time.
Go check it out.
Like we said though, check out Mike's spoiler-free review. I mean, if you're already past this point, I guess that doesn't make a difference. But still, check out his review. He did a great job. Thank you all so much for watching us live on twitch.tv/DelcoNerd. We really appreciate it. You can find us on YouTube as well as all your favorite podcast services. Just search Delco Nerd Network. If you could drop us a review on there, that always helps us too. Also, you can find us on our socials. We are at Delco Nerds on everything. All this info is on our website. Just go to DelcoNerdNetwork.com and you can find it all there. But for Gooch, I've been Trio. Thanks, guys. Stay nerdy, and we will see you next time.